And we are back with the Afterwatch, watching My Hero Academia. It's Season 3. I'm Tim. With me is...
Evan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joelle.
That's right. It's episode 39, or the first episode in Season 3. It's called Game Start. That's kind of boring, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, start of a new round.
Start of a new round? So, is it just me, or... What? Where you look like you were going to say something.
I'm like, what game are we starting?
Oh, the game of Season 3. There's a lot going on. I really like this season.
Me too.
So there's, the game of training camp. The game of...
Is that a game?
Development
of
characters.
I could go with that.
Yep.
Villains and stuff.
Yep.
We start learning more about everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of greatest hits, because I don't know that a lot of anime do this, but I've noticed this with My Hero Academia. The first episode of every season kind of just gives you, fills you in on everything else.
Yeah, a little mini recap.
Little recaps. It's nice.
I feel like it's for the days when we didn't binge. Like, this is what shows would do back in the day, but now everyone binges, they just go straight into it, so it feels kind of weird now, because you don't need that if you just watched it.
No, I kind of like it, because if someone who's never, watched Season 2 or 1 or anything...
Why would you just jump in on Season 3?
Maybe I came along and I was like, oh, what's this show? Oh, and it's Season 3, because I've never seen any of the other seasons, didn't know the seasons existed, and suddenly Season 3 is the first thing out that I see, so I just click on it and it starts playing.
Oh, that's a haphazard way of
terrible.
living.
You don't know.
You don't.
It would be nice to try to start fresh.
That happened to me with Black Mirror.
And?
I thought I was...
But Black Mirror's were standalones.
It jumped...
Yeah, those are anthologies.
It jumped from Season 1 to suddenly Season 4.
Yeah, but that's a bad example, because they don't concurrently run.
I felt like I thought I watched all of one season, and then I found out I saw one episode of one season, and then I saw the rest of the series without...
Then you're just haphazard. You're just clicking away.
I
didn't even click. It was auto. It automatically somehow jumped automatically.
It's like Evan.
Maybe somebody's watching on
you'd
your
like
account.
to watch this.
It was like, I feel like you're behind. Speed up.
Start with this one.
Skipped 2 whole seasons on me.
That's crazy. Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was...
Are you sure nobody was watching on your account, and then
Yes.
all of a sudden, you're on this one now?
No, because it was literally like, I was talking to somebody about it after I watched it, and I was like, I haven't watched the recent season yet. And they're like, but you're describing an episode from the recent season. I'm like, how's that possible? I'm not anywhere. I'm in Season 2. And I had watched one episode of Season 2 because I described that episode, and then I was on the very next episode of this. And they're like, no, that's the episode 1 of Season 4. How did you...
So I'm going to believe him.
Sure.
But what that means is that, someone's watching on his account, or ghosts.
I'd say I'm going to vote for Ghost in the Machine.
I like Ghost, too.
There was a Ghost in the show.
I mean, it was just Halloween and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ghost, because then I ended up going to my Netflix app on my phone and looking, and sure enough, it had the one episode watched, everything else skipped, not watched yet, and then suddenly Season 4 was watched.
Yeah, it said, Evan, you need to watch this one today.
This
It was like, these are important episodes. It said, Evan, Miley Cyrus is in this episode. You need to
that
watch
one.
it.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
How do we know?
Kokeshi dolls.
How do we know that wasn't just you clicking down to the Miley Cyrus one?
That's a lot of work to skip that many episodes to be like, oh, a Miley Cyrus episode.
But if you just nudged it, you weren't looking, you're looking at your phone, and all of a sudden you look over and you're like, okay, and you don't know that you just clipped down for the last minute while you're Instagramming or whatever.
I guess I'll never know.
You're just flipping through everything.
If I was watching on my phone, I could see that happening, but I had been watching on the TV.
Well, I'm just saying you just start flipping with both hands. You got remote in one hand, phone in the other.
That's a lot going on there.
That is.
That's a
lot. Are
you
one of those people that can't? Yeah, you can't pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time.
Rub my head, pat my head.
Okay. Well, we actually have some My Hero Academia to talk about.
Oh, let's do it.
I think that's why the people are here.
Oh, no. They want to hear about my Ghost in the Machine.
Okay. All right. I don't know if that's
be
a
the
thing.
Next episode.
That'd be the next.
A new series coming soon.
Really?
No.
Why is Evan watching what he's watching out of order? I don't even...
That would be ranked number 1 podcast.
Or
it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would be the opposite. But before we get into it, I do want to remind you guys to subscribe and share for more of this, I guess.
Yes, if you want to hear more.
Yeah. And review.
Just ask us questions about My Hero. Thank you.
That's fine. Yeah, and we'll answer it.
Give us some
we got another one
comments.
today.
Right.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so we're getting back into it. I found the lead. I found the thread.
Yes.
Back on the track.
We're back on track.
Okay, so should we... What do you got?
Sure.
Let's do it.
So we have our summer special. It's summertime. They get a little
It
summer
is
break.
summertime. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so we actually have the villain, Shigaraki, and Kurogiri kind of talking about...
They're always talking. They're at their place.
Yeah, in their
He's
little
wiping
bar.
on the bar.
Yeah.
Wiping on the bar as
Their
always.
storefront of their...
No one else is in there. We've talked
their
about this. Move on.
undercover
Yeah.
operation.
Isn't he... what's his age?
Who?
Shigaraki.
So Shigaraki is age 20.
He's
Okay.
20?
Yeah.
Oh, he's older than I thought.
I was thinking he'd be in his 20s.
Right? But
He's
still,
20.
what's he doing sitting in a bar all day?
Because it's not a real bar.
Yeah, it's just the front, man. It's
Hey,
like
there's
C's Candy.
alcohol there?
Yeah. It's like C's Candy. Whoa.
Have you ever wondered why there's so many C's Candies, but there's nobody in there? There's just
There's a bunch of old ladies.
Yeah, they need their...
But
Retirees
got
gotta
to
work somewhere.
Open. I never see anybody in there.
Okay, that's conspiracy. That's
Yeah.
we got to save that for conspiracy cast.
All right. I guess we're just going on all kinds of tangents today.
Tangents
Okay.
today. It's fine. It's fine.
All right.
We understand. He's not old enough to be in the bar that he's in.
Right.
Got it. Moving.
Right.
I don't know. Is that the age in Japan? Whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I don't know. So-
Guys, right in.
I think theirs
Guide
is
it.
18.
Oh, is it?
I think
Is it?
so.
Oh, we're all
well-
good. We're all good.
Yeah, okay, never
All right,
mind. As
okay.
you were.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they're talking about the recent events and how, Midoriya and the hero killer saved him, which is, complete opposite of Shigaraki.
What he wants and what he stands
Yeah.
for, but he's gonna capitalize on it anyway.
Yep, because he's like, it's always All Might. Everything points to All Might.
Yeah.
Would we consider this the villain version of Mutter Mutter Mutter?
No, because he's
not too
actually
much.
saying stuff.
But he's always like, and he's like
This is
scratching.
anxiety.
Okay.
And like,
We're going
when
to talk a
Deku's
little bit
doing
about
it-
Shigaraki later, and I have some things I want to say because
Okay,
I've really
okay.
started thinking about the character of Shigaraki. Or do you want to do it now?
No.
No,
No,
let's-
it's
not
later.
this.
Let's-
Let's-
Yeah,
not
it's true.
this.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Let's get through this.
Let's get through it.
Okay, yeah, we're
episode.
already.
All right. So we got the kids on summer vacation.
Yeah.
But, everybody still wants to do training because they still got to get stronger, especially Deku's like,
Well,
I'm
there's-
behind.
yeah.
I need to get going. He
There's a
watches all
camp coming
those.
up, but they still have a few days before.
Right.
So.
Right. So he wants to keep training because
Yeah.
Deku feels he's still behind everybody.
Well, he always is.
Yeah.
And will be, probably.
But then, of course, at one point, Mineta and Kaminari come to his door,
Yeah.
and he's like, what are you doing here? And they're like, dude, why don't we go train at the pool so we can get stronger?
Can I tell you, I loved when it went to, blue. Like, we'll just tell Deku and he'll be good. And,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
kept switching back and forth
Yeah,
between
they
them, and they're like,
basically
this
just
is the best
used
plan
him.
ever. Yeah.
So shady.
Totally just played
Yeah.
on poor Deku's innocence.
I'm going to talk about this, but I really want to see the spin-off. Like, just a light novel. I don't care. Just
Of
the
them
spin-off
two?
of them getting into mischief. It doesn't even have to be about girls.
But
it
it
could
would-
just,
it
it
would
could
always
be
be-
like
it's gonna be
a
about
pirate-
girls. Come on.
It could be about cheeseburgers. I don't care. Like, that
it's
week, they're
always
trying
about
to get...
girls.
It'll be girls, and it'll always be them failing. There will never be
exactly.
any sort of
exactly.
success.
And that's the fun of it. I
Yeah.
want to see that spin-off. Okay, anyway.
And we got them talking to Eraserhead, who was talking to, I guess, Vlad King about all the students. 'Cause I
Yeah.
guess they're
So
preparing
Vlad King
is the hero, one of the heroes.
Well, he's one of the
But,
teachers,
yeah.
kind of over class 1B.
Yeah. So they were chit-chatting about the whole summer camp training.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And then Mineta, Kaminari, and Deku come in and be like, oh, can we use the pool to train?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so-
It's so good.
And of course, they thought, yes, see, Deku's going to get us. Because they're like, yeah, you just have to be out before by 5.
Well, yes. So what happened was, though, Mineta got the idea because he was in there, he was in
Oh,
the
no.
classroom listening.
Oh, right.
He was in the classroom listening to the girls. And then, what are you going to do for summer? He's like, Momo was talking about when she goes to...
what
her
country?
Parents, she couldn't go with her parents
This year because they couldn't leave.
Yeah, because she had
Students
yeah,
couldn't
she's
leave.
like,
camp.
She's like, oh yeah, my parents are touring Venice. And like, Uraraka's like, what is your life?
I
and
know.
this
All
other-
the girls are like daydreaming about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they're talking about going swimming.
Yeah,
and
but they
then
can't.
Manetta's ear starts perking up big time.
Because they were saying they wanted to go to the beach, right?
Yeah, but they couldn't.
They couldn't,
yeah.
but
So then-
swimming...
They were like, maybe we can ask the teacher, see if we could use the pool here.
Yeah.
So-
And then he's like, oh,
yeah.
bathing suits and babes.
They're gonna be in
You know.
bikinis.
Yeah, all this kind of stuff. That's what he's
Babes in
thinking.
bikinis.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically what he was hoping.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I mean, last time he was talking a lot about harems. That's
Yes.
the
Oh,
movie.
dude.
In the
Harem,
movie.
harem,
Oh, yeah.
harem, harem,
Yeah,
harem,
yeah.
harem.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So it's got to happen at some point.
yep. But of course,
Yeah.
the day of their training, which they would be lovely to see all the girls out there.
Right.
Deku ruins it all because Mineta and
Kaminari.
walk in and they're like, why is every other single guy in this class stretching in front of the pool? What is this?
Yeah.
And Deku takes it upon himself to just invite everyone because we might as well make it a whole class effort to
Great
train.
train.
Yeah, he's such a tryhard.
I thought it was so great, so I let the whole team know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Ito runs in
Runs-
and with some crazy Naruto music in the background and is like,
Right.
good job, Kaminari and Mineta. Look at these great ideas.
And they're like freaking out, like, no, get away from us.
And they're like, our plans have been ruined.
Yeah, and the girls are there.
But of course, dressed in their school swimsuits.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So they're like,
one-
at least
they're
we'll
one-
still get to see some
they're one
babes, and they
pieces.
turn and look.
They're all in their full
I mean, they're still cute
Well, the
girls.
best
and
is
they're-
Manetta's like, I can work with this. It's still a swimsuit.
And then Kaminari's like,
like,
no, this is not the
dude,
same.
not cool.
That's not the best part, though. The best part is that the girls just asked to go swim for fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they get to just fool around.
So yeah. Meanwhile, Mineta and Kaminari, they have to work. They
Yep,
have to work
work
at
out.
it. Yeah. They could have just been doing it for fun.
Yep.
But no.
Yep.
Their idea, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see the spin-off where this kind of stuff happens, where it always falls apart. Like Mineta's really he's thought it through. He's thought it really hard.
But forgets about the one outlier that destroys their whole entire plan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's always
He's so smart, yet he just comes short every
Yep.
time.
it's
Like,
just bad
every
luck.
time.
It's just bad luck. It's really just
Next
bad
Do
luck.
you think it's just bad luck?
It is. It is bad luck. Is it
see.
counting on the wrong person? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I mean, there's only so much bad luck that can happen to one person.
Right.
But then we get training, like
Yeah.
swim hardcore.
Oh yeah, well, Ida, like we were talking about
Yeah.
these first episodes, Ida reminisces about the whole first practical exams and talks to Midoriya. He's like, dude, I totally look up to you now because I wasn't doing that in our first exam. I thought you were just trash,
Right.
like not worthy
Right.
to be here.
And we have a
And-
second shot of like Midoriya's transformation as he gets out of the pool. You
Right.
see he's more
He's more
muscly
ripped,
now. He's
yeah.
more ripped.
Yeah, he's
he's
getting
not.
there.
He's not
He's
as
getting there.
big as like Bakugo and those
No,
guys are by
no.
any means. But
But
he's
he's improvement.
from
You've
season
seen
one till
improvement.
now. You're slowly seeing this like
It's an
All that
all-American
carrying-
workout.
Yeah, carrying
Yeah.
those refrigerators across the
The
shoreline.
mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interspersed with all this stuff going on, they're kind of giving you what happened
Some of
to
that happened in the
USJ,
matches.
what
They talk
happened
about
with
All Might and the
Stain.
Chief talk about the events of the hero killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of
So
catching
they're
you
kinda
up on
they're
everything.
little recaps.
But then they have this swimming event, this freestyle swimming, I guess.
Yep, 50 meters, whoever
Yeah.
swims the fastest.
But some
Right.
of them aren't
And
even
all-
swimming.
No, they just use their quirks to just jump over the freaking pool.
Yeah,
So-
it's ridiculous.
Just
Ida is
shaking my
doing
head
the
right
same move he did
Yeah.
at the tournament. What was that thing?
His
The competition?
rope.
Yeah.
Don't look dumb.
yeah, but
he-
Deku still beats him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 3 heats, so Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku win those 3 heats, and then they fight for first place.
Right.
And of course, before they're about to
Take off.
we have they're about to use their powers, and they both all fall into
Everyone
the pool.
falls.
Well,
They fall
yeah,
down
because
your lovely teacher Racerhead walks in.
Yeah.
Or takes all their powers. It says, well, it's 5 p.m. Time to go home. And everyone's like, no!
Right.
Can you let us just finish this last
Right.
one?
it literally
Then
could
you
have
get the
just
crazy
been a
eyes.
few seconds.
Yeah.
Just no, but no. Eraserhead, just like, come on.
Yep.
Nope. That's how he is. That's how he's got to be.
Yep, and then we have a finishing of, Midoriya reflecting. He went back on the beach where he first started all his training.
Yeah, and he finds All Might there.
All Might there.
Super cool moment.
See, that's why it's kind of like giving you like all the touch places, all the things that have happened.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a greatest hits to catch you up.
Yep.
Has all that good music that if you really like the soundtrack, you're really loving this because it's giving you everything.
Yeah.
It's basically a good starting point, I guess, to what you were saying.
Like I said.
But why would you? Why wouldn't you just? I mean, season 2 is pretty good.
I mean, if it's been a while since you watched the previous season, you might need a little recap.
But if you're following along with us, you have just watched it.
Indeed. Right.
Indeed. Okay, so I have a couple questions. So, Shigaraki, he was talking about All Might and hating his stupid grin, right?
Yep, because he's always smiling.
Yeah, that's a confidence thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like All Might is showing confidence. It's not that he has it all together, but he's showing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a mental thing, is it a physical thing? What is it that Shigaraki hates about it? Is it both? Because it's both. It has to be both, right?
Yeah.
It's because it's not only showing off to everyone that you're in charge and in charge of the situation, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what All Might's doing when he's like smiling and he's like rescuing people. People feel better about that, right?
Right.
But also the fact that he is competent and confident in his head that he will
successfully
pull
through.
No matter what,
no matter what,
pull through.
He'll find a way.
Yeah.
Then that's confidence too mentally. So All Might has both, and Shigaraki, that pisses him off. That's what it's about, the grin, right? That's
right.
Yeah, okay. So my thing about Shigaraki, I would say, is that the more and more we get to talk about him, and there's going to be stuff we can't talk about right now, like story-wise, because, spoilers and all that and whatnot. I really find him to be a lot more of a complex villain than I thought originally, I guess.
Who, Shigaraki?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell he's growing, too.
He's growing, but the more you find out about him, there's more to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you find out,
twisted.
It's pretty twisted.
You find his story is dark.
And I think that what we'll do, because we'll talk about some of his stuff today, but I think we'll probably circle back around on him,
right? As we
go
see
through,
more.
as we talk more and things come to light. But the way he works, he's kind of crazy, kind of like the Joker, like chaotic, like anything could happen. But at the same point, he makes things happen. Like, he's getting to a point where he's able to command, and he is able to get his point across and make things happen. Just like, even though some people don't take him seriously, is what I mean, he does stuff, and he's making things happen, right?
Right.
Like, he's young. We just said it. He's 20.
Yep.
So he has a lot of growing to do. But I think people are underestimating him. And that's because probably his scratching his neck and all the way he sounds and kind of his mannerisms.
Right.
They're kind of off-putting, I guess. But I think that deep down there's a reason, he was selected.
He exudes doubt in his mannerisms and everything. Like, he questions everything he's doing. If anything goes outside of his path of thought or how he had planned it, he questions and doubts everything and breaks down 100%.
And I also think it's like he seems like he's just a vessel that's easily manipulated, that he's easily influenced by this back voice. That,
we've seen the voice.
Here.
We know who it is. I mean, they revealed it in season 2 that All For One is kind of leading him along.
I mean, they want someone that's dark twisted as him, that's very I wouldn't say uncertain, but he's very
pliable.
Yes.
He's easily manipulated.
And exactly.
Yeah. Well, he's young.
That's what he wants. And that's what he wants. He wants someone easily to mold to exactly what his standards are.
And we saw that there was a whole ordeal with him trying to figure out what he stood for after the whole Stain debacle.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so his conviction that he came up with was like, it's all just about All Might. He just needs to take down All Might. Yeah. They go through everyone's power at one point. In this episode, they really kind of like bring you up to speed.
I like how they and then when it comes to the non-popular, like Naval Boy, he's like, oh yeah, and then there's that guy.
Oyama.
Yeah.
There's Oyama. Yeah, he just shoots lasers. Blah, blah, blah. They just breeze over.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna bring up was they called Deku's power superpower.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Well,
is that just?
They say that he's super powered.
Yeah.
But it says
extreme strength.
Extreme strength. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was watching on with subs, and it says his power is called superpower.
Well,
I thought I just thought it was funny because, or obviously he's not going to say it's one
not
for
a
all.
one for all.
Right.
It's a superpower.
Yeah, it's superpower.
It's just a lot of it's a lot of strong power.
I just thought it was funny. Like,
it's funny because
is it lazy?
The dub doesn't even use that wording. The dub actually says he has the ability to power up his body.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever
Either
it is.
way,
It's
it's
just, what are they going to say for him? And then when they said
that's what I was thinking
superpower,
too.
I was like, what? So a couple things with Shigaraki. Like I said, kind of talk a little bit about him right now. Kind of like we did last season with some of the hero characters.
A little dip into the villain pool.
We're gonna get into some villains, and I thought it'd be best to start with him, just a baseline. We've been around him longest, probably.
Sounds good.
So what's his quirk?
So his quirk is decay.
Decay, that's right.
And we've all seen experiences of that.
Razor head at USJ.
Yeah, his elbow.
Especially,
completely destroyed.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he only decayed part of him.
Well, I think he only got a little bit.
Did he only get a little bit of him?
Yeah, he didn't fully grasp.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Like
you just got a touch on him?
when he had his hand fully around Deku's neck, that would have been it.
Yeah, he would disintegrate.
But so let's go back to that. So did he get all his fingers onto Eraserhead's hand?
He'd have to have.
Elbow, right?
Yeah.
He had to have, right?
Yeah,
Is it that he couldn't hold on long enough to actually disintegrate the entire arm?
Yeah, I think it's just he didn't have a good enough hold on
Yep.
it.
It wasn't a full pressure.
It wasn't
Okay.
a full, like, because,
Grasp.
It wasn't a full cowl?
no, no, definitely
A
not.
full claw. Yeah.
Ooh.
Full claw.
Full claw.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else uses terminology like that. It's just Deku.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Okay, what does it say about that guy?
Okay, so it says Tomura's quirk allows him to disintegrate whatever he touches with his hands.
Yeah.
Whether the target is organic or not, it will work without fail. This disintegration will spread through their whole body if a victim doesn't amputate the decayed part. Tomura's control over his quirk has improved over time as its speed has become noticeably faster in subsequent usage. His quirk can even spread between targets he isn't touching, allowing him to disintegrate large groups of enemies instantly.
Whoa. That must be
That's
later
why
on.
he was saying.
That must be much later on.
Well, that's why he's saying I can kill like all these people to Deku before anybody even know what was going on.
Well, that's because he's super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would just run around touching people.
But-
But
but
the whole
this-
amputation, I'm like, well, didn't he? If you touch Eraserhead, how did they stop it?
oh.
Because he didn't get a full.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so however, decay will only work when all 5 of his fingers touch the targets, indicating the activation of the quirk isn't voluntary. As shown, Tomura is often careful with his hands when touching objects he doesn't want to destroy.
Yeah, because he can't control it. Mm-hmm. At least at this point. Maybe later on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what it basically is. He has to touch it with all
5 fingers.
And then when he does it, it happens, whether he wants it to or
Okay.
not. So, you got his power levels?
We do.
All right.
I mean, his power level is D. It's not great.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
he's
if you
more
can't
of a
control it and you're just kind of like,
Manipulate, yeah.
Yeah.
But his speed is A, his
Yep.
technique is A, his intelligence is A. Those all work. his cooperative is a big fat D.
Well,
Yeah.
clearly.
Which,
Yeah.
for someone who's a leader of an evil group, to not be cooperative with your team, come on.
He's
Well,
a dictator.
we've seen
is
how
very
this
much
goes.
is a dictator.
We've
That
seen
is
how
true.
this goes. I think he does get better, but he has to learn. It's a learned thing.
It's a huge learning curve.
Yeah, I will say that the characters in his name, we've talked about this, how names, it has a bunch of different characters. One means death, one means grip, one means tree, whatever that means, and then one means funerals. So it's kind of creepy.
Ew.
That is creepy.
Also, I was thinking about this. I think I mentioned it before. When you say his name, you kind of have to say it like Tomura Shigaraki.
Yeah.
You can't really.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone says it that way.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Tomura Shigaraki.
You can't really say it like
You can't
happy.
be like, Tomura Shigaraki.
No, you can't.
No, that is
Not at
not
all.
happy.
Like, can you imagine Uraraka saying his name?
Oh, no.
man.
I bet even she'd be like, Tomura Shigaraki.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Even she'd be like, and she'd do that like weird face whichever she goes weird sometimes.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
She'd totally do that.
Before we go, we want to hit we got an email from Ernesto. And so this is a little tricky for us. We
Okay,
wanted to
okay.
answer the email, but basically, there's been talk in the past, with the USJ event and everything else, that there is a traitor in the midst at UA.
feeding information.
And the problem is, because this gets a little spoilery,
It does.
we don't really want to touch it too much, but I was wondering, what do you guys think? At this point, season 3, episode 1.
Well, I would think it's a teacher. It's just...
Possibly a student, but...
I would think it'd be a teacher because they would know exactly where the students are going and where they would be...
So
their next
It would have to be a
places.
teacher that's associated with either class 1A
Yeah.
or 1B.
Here's the thing. I've thought about this. Yeah, I thought about the hacking thing, but they would be able to figure that out. And also, if someone had a hacking power, they would know and they would go to that person right away.
Right.
If it was... And I don't think they're going to go the villain route, like someone is sneaking in there, shape-shifting, whatnot. They're not going to do that because they want you to feel bad when you realize that someone you trusted
Right.
has
betrayed
them.
Right.
So the way I went with it was a little bit different. And, I mean, we can probably talk about this throughout this season and into whenever next season, whatever. Okay. Because at this point, I really couldn't tell you. At this point, even knowing, I mean, I don't want to get spoilery, but even knowing what I know, I don't know. So what I can tell you, the reason I say that is because I can almost guarantee you, season 3, episode 1, most people we know, it wouldn't be any of them.
Right.
And the reason is because with traders like this, and you got to think of this way in a story, and maybe I'll let you guys
It's Bakugo.
No,
He's trader.
I mean, it could be, but it wouldn't work that way. Also, he wouldn't have that kind of, he wouldn't have a way of getting to that information.
That's true.
Yeah. So, number one, it has to be someone with a reason to do this. They're not going to have a story like this and just be someone randomly gets paid off and something. They have to have a reason. It's usually a grudge, something, some injustice, something that they don't agree with. So it could be a stain type of thing. No.
I'm just gonna start throwing out
Okay.
names.
Well, you can. But I think you're on the right track with. I mean, it'd have to be a teacher or someone who's been at the school for a long time, upperclassmen, right?
Yeah.
Because it has to be someone. It can't be someone in class 1 because they're all new, they're all excited, they don't have that kind of reach.
Right.
But it has to be someone who's been there for a while, is upset, is jaded. Think about your work, like the people who would do something against the boss or something.
There's a lot of villains there.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would do something like that because they would feel like, well, they've been passed over. They've been upset by someone. Someone has upset them. Someone has done them wrong.
Or All Might, or they're upset with the whole thing with All Might, too.
Well, I think this is more focused on UA. Being a trader for UA camps and everything, I mean, it does affect All Might, especially
unless
the
they
USJ.
are working with the League, and I mean they're clearly working with the League.
Because they're telling this stuff to All for One. So All for One, we saw he had his hands in that whole thing going on at Island last week. So he obviously has his hands in a lot of different things going on. He's obviously maneuvering
many a cookie jars.
Yeah. At this point, I'm telling you, it's not one of Class 1A. I mean, if it's anyone in Class 1A, it would have to be someone who was not part of the test. It'd have to be someone who was brought in on their own, like a Momo or a Todoroki, who came in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because no one would do all the testing.
It would need to be a walk-on.
It would have to be a walk-on. And the only person I would say, also the other thing to think about, is this person has to be someone who shows a really good face to everyone. Because you already think it's going to be someone like Bakugo. You know what I'm saying? So you'd want it to be someone like Ida, even though you know it's not going to be Ida. Someone who's doing all the right things. Looks like he's doing all the right things.
Uraraka.
It's Uraraka?
It's Uraraka.
I don't think
we
so.
already said it was a teacher.
It'd have to be a teacher. Or an upperclassman.
Or an upperclassman.
And we don't really know all those people. I think that takes place.
I guess we'll find out.
It'd have to be a teacher that we know and we've gotten a hold of.
The principal.
I mean, it could be the principal.
Could be the principal.
Yeah.
He's twisted. He's twisted.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's twisted in the right way for that. Why would he do that? It just... I mean, you could make a case for that. That's the easy one. But it's going to be a teacher, and it's going to be a teacher that is of prominence. It's going to be an Eraserhead. It's not Eraserhead. But someone like that.
Yep.
It's not going to be Midnight or a Power Loader or somebody, you know?
Mountain Lady.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, Mountain Lady's just a hero, so she wouldn't have
she
wouldn't have
she
the
doesn't
access.
have access to the school.
Oh, right. But either way, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but it's going to be someone on the someone of consequence. Usually the traitor shows up later in the storyline.
Right.
And it's someone
unless the villains were impersonating them
to
for that
aggravate.
long. They could be trying to impersonate them for that long, too.
Yeah, I mean...
That's my only other one. I know it's a more slimmer chance, but they could be impersonating somebody.
Impersonating, or they've got in there and they actually are a villain.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
long?
Where they're not actually...
Like they never were really a hero?
Yeah, they weren't
No. Yeah.
Or they were a hero, but they've become jaded.
Yeah.
They're like Stain. They realize
Or they're trying to follow Stain and they think that, what they're doing is wrong. So... And
yeah,
they want to go
exactly.
with the villains because they feel like
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's hard to say any more than that.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Mostly
That's
for
the thing.
spoilers, but also because I really don't think we have enough information to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you it's no one from Class 1A.
Well, I don't think it's a student. I just don't think it's a student.
Well, they just don't have that kind of access.
No.
If it was anyone, like, it couldn't be. It's not going to be Ida. It's not going to be Momo or Todoroki.
It's not going to be any of our key characters in the show.
No. They've gone through too much.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
So hopefully that answers that. I guess that's kind of a roundabout.
That's a roundabout way of not answering it.
But
And-
I'm giving you a lot of ways to think about who it might be.
Yeah.
And
We just
so
need
when
to
you're
watch
watching,
more episodes.
Yeah,
and
we need more
get
episodes
through
and then
more
get
of
back to
stuff.
this question
Yeah.
again.
Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
so maybe we will do that, Ernesto, but thank you
Yeah.
again for writing in, and others of you, if you want to write in, give us some feedback. Or
If we confused you, Ernesto, so sorry.
Yeah.
No, we didn't confuse. We just told them who not to think is the traitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally the only way we could do this right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, fictionalquestions@gmail.com is the email to let us know what you're thinking, comments, concerns, or this kind of stuff. Anyway, we'll be back next time with more My Hero Academia, but until then, our watch has ended. I've been Tim.
I've been Evan.
And I've been Joelle.
Take care, guys. Thanks so much.
See you.
Bye.
Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?